Hello guys, welcome back to this third video of the Advanced Excel tutorials. I am your trainer for today, Tushar Suvarna, and let's continue on with the session. So guys, we are going to start with the formula for the rank. The rank has to be calculated based on the percentage of the particular student. So we have to see where the percentage of that student lies in the entire Now, we want to give the first rank to the student who has secured the highest percentage, or first rank to the student who has received the least percentage. Since we want to allocate first rank to the student who has raised or who has the highest percentage, we will select descending order or 0, close your bracket and press enter. All you have to do now is drag this formula down and you will have the rank of the respective students. However, let's try to do this formula in another way if possible. So as I mentioned, we'll do the same formula once again using a much simpler method, wherein the method for making a cell absolute might sound little interesting than the one which we did right now. So I'm going to select and delete the entire column once again, and let's look at the formula once again. So before I start putting in the formula, I'm going to select the entire percentage column as it is, and I'm going to go over here and give it a name. Let's say I give it a name, say percent division A. Now the entire range of cell can be given a new name, just like you have a name given to an individual cell already. For instance, if I select this cell, I'll get a name, say P2, but we can give a different name to an entire range of cells. Now the only thing that you need to remember while giving a name is that it should follow certain rules. The name of the cell shouldn't contain any spaces, shouldn't contain any special characters, and avoid fluctuations between capital and small letters. It is always advisable to keep everything in small and just press enter once you give your name and lock that particular name to that particular range. Every time now I go and select the cell, I can see the name percent division A on this particular selection. So let's look at the rank formula now. I want to find the rank of the first student, comma, I want to find the rank of the first student from the entire class of student. The entire class of student has been given the name percent division A. As you can see, the percent division A sign appears over here, or the name appears over here. You simply press the tab key to lock it on, comma, and 0 for descending order as we did earlier now. So the same formula gives us the better version of getting this done without any hassles. Now, let's look at the data carefully. According to my data, most of the students over here are actually failing. That means the students who are failing are also getting their ranks. I can see my first rank is actually a failure. So the rank shouldn't be allocated to this particular student. So in this case, we will have to somehow correct this particular ranking system. Although the rank is allocated to this particular student, that means the rank is allocated to this particular percentage, it is not assigned to the particular student because the student is actually failing. So in short, there is going to be no first rank over here because the first rank of the student is actually failing. So this sounds a little fishy, so I might want to change my data a little bit to get over this issue. I might want to change my formulas, or in short, I can change my data so that I get a different perspective of students. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make my students pass and I'm going to fail just a certain set of students if possible. As we did earlier on, I'm going to use the random between function. The random between function is used to generate formulas. So I'm going to use the values between 39, and let's say 95 or 96. Values in between these two numbers, and I'm going to drag these numbers across on my all subjects and below as well. Once I have done that, I'm going to select it and make it constant by right clicking on it, dragging to the right, bringing back again to the left, and selecting copy here as values only. So now you see I have a whole set of variables. I have the first rank over here, whereas the student is passing, and the selected number of students who are failing. Okay, so I can fail a particular set of students if required by just giving a lower mark. So I have in short 2 students who are failing my entire class. Now I can see that the rank is allocated to these 2 particular students as well. So I don't want to assign ranks to these students. So I'll modify the rank function by using an if condition before the rank to check the cell or the column O2 and then thereby recorrect this particular formula. So we are going to say if, I'm going to select the cell O2, if O2 is equals to fail. That means if the O2, that means the student is shown as fail, then we would want to see a dash. Otherwise, we would want to see a rank. It is as simple as that. So if the student in the cell is actually failing, that is in the cell O2 is actually failing, we will be seeing a dash, otherwise we will be seeing a rank. So we'll do this, drag this particular formula down to find dashes on all the places where the rank is allocated to the student who is actually failing. This is how we start correcting the formulas step by step. So if conditions will mostly be used in combination with other formulas to correct certain set of conditions which is not satisfied by our existing formula. That is why if conditions are considered very important.